Hey, alright guys. This is a celebration video celebrating Rob Walchuk of putting ebayisajoke on the news last year. That happened actually, I think, on the 4th. But the actual report, I don't believe, came out until the 5th, which is today. So it's right here. myfoxdetroit.com. And this is where ebayisajoke went wrong, harassed Joe, and he actually made another video saying that Joe called his attorney. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey, I'll tell you right now, there's no law saying nobody can call anybody. I can call who I want to call. There's no law on that. And I'll tell you what, ebayisajoke, you're not going to get away with your BS lawsuit against anybody. Joe has proof. You started hounding him, harassing him, going after his business thousands of times, hundreds of times, thousands and hundreds, whatever. You went after his business because you didn't like him for whatever reason. You have a problem with people. You have some type of disorder that is very apparent. You are too judgmental. You're territorial when it comes to people. You're rude. You lie. And the worst thing is that you lie to try to cover your ass. And we catch you every time. And we just caught you again. I just believe you are sick, and something needs to be done. And if I was you, if you are getting state aid, which is something that also come up, you claim that you make $10K a month. Well, if you are getting state aid, my friend, and you make $10K a month and you have not reported it, your state aid, if they catch you making money, okay, yes, I don't know what kind of income you're on, if you are on income. It's not that we don't care about you, dude. We care to the point that you are sick, okay? That's why we do and we did what we did. Since you want to claim why you do what you do because you're sick. And you have an obsession with Joe. What is it? You don't like his face? What? You just don't like his videos? You didn't like the fact that he wanted nothing to do with your little ring of eBay videos, of exposing eBay from the fake accounts that you make? He didn't want no part of you. He still don't want no part of you. He wants you to just leave him alone, but you can't do it. And your days are numbered. I got to say that your days are numbered. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with Jason. It has a lot to do with probably Crazy Driver, because you went after him the most. And I will tell you right now, ebayisajoke, I was acting most of the time. I was acting in those videos. Of the videos I did about Joe. I did tell them all that my tactics were going to be a little odd and a little out there, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. You are the most scrupulous person I know when it comes to leaving people alone. And I will tell you, if it wasn't for you living in Michigan and there was no boundaries between state to state, and the complexity of Joe having legal matters with you, and there wasn't laws in between, going up to a person and saying, hey, enough is enough, and if you can't stop, the law should be that you should be executed. It's too bad in America that there are no laws for that. you know, but I think they're coming. There's going to be some type of execution for people like you that harass people online, okay? They're not in place yet, but they're going to be in place, and they're working on it. They are working on a bill, actually, for that, especially for media. That bill is coming in place. So, let's watch this 1 year anniversary. Yay! Yeah, woo! eBay's a joke exposed for bullying Joe. 1 year anniversary, everybody. Here he is. Right there. And the exposure needed to be done. That person right there needed to be terminated and exposed for the things he does. And if you can't be a righteous person online, Mr. Finch, and you're going to keep harassing people, then you shouldn't be doing business. You shouldn't be doing business online. You shouldn't be doing business anywhere. And you said your good name was smothered all over the internet, and your reputation was ruined. No, you ruined your own reputation when you started opening your big trap, harassing people, and harassing Joe, harassing me, harassing Jason, harassing Pete, harassing many other people, harassing some girl in your own community, harassing Rob Walchuk. Yep, you harassed. Yep, you harassed Pete. He was part of the news. And the people that don't want you to know who they are, that you harassed, like Matt, or that's his real name, I don't know. I respect him for his privacy. I also respect the fact that you can't find him. I think that's funny. You'll never find who he is. But I do know a lot about the gentleman. I know what he does for a living. You're never going to know that. Ever. Oh, yeah, it's going to burn you up. It's burning you up that you don't know who Matt is. But we all know who he is. We know who Matt's a really actually cool person that you'll never get to know. Too bad. For eBay is a loser. Exposes nobody for nothing. You got exposed for being a cyber stalker, and we're exposing you for the other crap that you do. And Joe, crazy driver, has every right to protect his business in this country. Because of people like you, Mr. Finch, eBay's a joke. Is Mr. Finch cyber stalker of Joe? And he does it to me and many others. Does it to some girl in Detroit. He does it to anybody. Did it to Rob Walchuk. I mean, it's a never-ending story with this guy. Anybody in their right mind would stop by now. And the reason we haven't stopped is because we want to keep exposing your bullshit and the stories and the crap that you put out because you think it's a game and you think it's funny. Well, I'm not going to say some of it isn't funny, honestly. In the beginning, some of the stuff that you did that wasn't really doing any harm, mentioning anybody's names or putting people's addresses out, was alright. You know, that was okay to do. You know, do your news on people. Like, keep people's addresses, keep people's personal matters out of it. That's where you draw the line. You want to name people's names, that's fine. But you don't put people's information online. And you did that on your own websites, and you got called out for it, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You didn't like the exposure. If you don't want to be exposed for who you are, then why don't you stop the shit that you do, Mr. eBay's a joke, or Charles Finch? That would pretty much stop and end all the crap right there. So you smeared your own name on the internet. That's right. eBay is a joke smear campaign. the Charles Fitch smear campaign. The man who put his own life, his own self, in harm's way because of the idiocy that he pulls on people and the junk that he puts on his websites.